Creativity is an addiction. You crave it. You have to feed that monster. It keeps you awake at night. It wants, it wants, it wants, it wants. It's like an inner child that says, give it to me now. Creativity is going to bust you. And that's why so many people over the past 18 months during this pandemic, they've said, you know what? I'm not dealing with it anymore. You got to get back on the horse and let's move forward. We've got to have creative people in all walks of life get this thing going again. Unplugged because we will always say yes to creativity. Totally uncut because we all make mistakes. So turn it into a tool. This is Arroe Unplugged. I've always thought of myself as being not a visionary, but a visual. Everything around me, when you're living in the presence of now, everything around you is that visual, and it gives you energy. It gives you that open space. It gives you that level of creativity or even just some simplicity. But I am a visual. I like to look at things around me at all times. And when the light is missing from the room, it tends to infect my constantly shaping moods. While writing and basically producing, the entire atmosphere has got to be so lit up. There can be no shadows around me at any time. I'll spend the entire day looking at that shadow if there is one there. Of course, I had to do some research, and the research shows that shadows represent our worst fear without giving any of us a full confirmation. We all get nervous or a little afraid of the smallest things, don't we? I'm not afraid of the dark. Let's get that straight, okay? I just don't trust the dark. Sometimes I need darkness. I need that darkness so I can sleep in it. Darkness represents disconnection to me, mainly because when I do sleep in the dark, I can't hear anything in the real world. Yet I hear it all inside those visions that are playing inside my REM. And they're so vivid, as if to be more real than this present place of now, only to wake up in the dark. Not in shadows, but true darkness. Why then would an unbalanced room shapeshift my moods then? It's almost like a song missing a valuable instrument or misplaced harmony. It totally throws my creativity off. Hey, it's Arroe. This is The Daily Mess, a chronological walk through an everyday world. I am a daily writer. The visual is all right here, and we bring it in. And it's a discipline. It's learning how to bring what you see into your moment of now and using that aura of energy to be your source of growing forward. This is The Daily Mess. I wrote on Facebook about a concern that I had, and that concern is I'm addicted to documentaries, especially those that involve really bad disasters. Now, Julia Cameron, who wrote The Artist Way, she actually challenges her readers and writers to practice news deprivation, walking totally 100% away from magazines, newspapers, television shows, things like that, just to disconnect, to get away from it. Because what's happening is that those items are constantly bogged down with headlines and repeating stories. I honestly believe that my latest decisions to rummage through 60 Minutes on CBS and every documentary dealing with 9/11 is because my social media news isn't giving me what I want. No, not CNN.com, not Fox, not NBC. They're giving me different headlines, but when you tap in, it's the same damn story. Day after day, no changes. And is it really a story or is it opinion? So this addiction that I have to locate, bad news, where do I go to? To television, where I find that beast who's going, hey, you, come on over here. I'm going to give you a documentary. I want you to watch this. Now, if you think I'm nuts, I'm going to point you a different direction. What about all these people that have turned crime show podcasts into that one thing they can't get enough of? They love listening to crime podcasts, murder mysteries, planes that go down. What's going on here? It's just the biggest thing going when it comes to podcasts. Is it an addiction to bad news? And how do we generate the energy to have that deprivation from that bad news? What I've learned to do is I've learned to sit in a room with no music on, no television on, the door open, and my birds singing, listening to everything that is natural. Like in the beginning, when I was talking about being a visual, taking in the vision and using that as my aura of energy. Because the moment that I turn on television, where am I going to go? The moment I get into the car, what am I going to do? Turn on the radio, or I'm going to turn on Sirius XM, and what channel am I going to? Right. It's an addiction to the adrenaline that is caused by bad news. Whew. Breathe in, breathe out. Locate your visual. Hold your hands wide open, all 10 fingers spread apart. Feel the ball of energy that's right there inside your visual. Pretend it's there. You can feel it. Let it move through you. Now, go look up Yoga Nidra meditation. What you're going to learn is how to unlock, to let go of, to feel the aura of energy that is around you. Use that as your source, the visual. Put hope and faith in the visual and be in control of what you're seeing. I'm Arroe, and that's the Daily Mess.